So people often ask me, Brian, how crappy is the internet there? This is how crappy the internet is here. I started uploading this video last night at 10 p.m. to be put up today online. It is now almost 10 a.m. and I'm just checking it, and it's only loaded 34% of the video. That's how crappy this internet is. Good morning, Cabineers. It's a new day, it's a new week. It's time to get some more projects done around the retreat. I'm up here at the Hiwassee today. We need to get into this hot tub and start seeing what's wrong with it. Now, working on the hot tub may be like, yeah, you don't need to have the hot tub to have the cabin running, but you kind of do, because it's this big, huge thing and it's this big, huge amenity, and if it's not running, it's going to make renting out the cabin a little more difficult because people are going to be like, hot tub's there, why can't I use it? So today I'm going to crack open the outside, see if I can figure out what was wrong with it, and see if we can get it fixed. Yep, somebody shoot through this wire here. This wire's intact. Oh, look, I can get a new light bulb now. Yep, there he is, the former resident, evidently, of the hot tub. We just sucked him out with a vacuum cleaner. And, well, we know he's not there anymore. Give me the right lever, and I can move the world. Not one, but two. We got two little dead critters that we just evicted out of the hot tub. And hopefully we won't have any more when I get done sealing this thing up. I'm at the point now where I'm pretty confident that the electrical issues we were having was just that one wire, and I can just like resolder and connect that all together pretty easily. But we also had some water leakage issues, which were not necessarily reliant on the electronics being hooked up, because you would just fill it up and then water would leak out of it. It didn't matter if the pump was running or not. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, fill this thing up with water, fill it all the way to the top, and see if I can find out where it's leaking from. Don't worry, no one's going to be swimming in this. This is for testing purposes only. I just found this guy crawling around in the little well house here. He freaked me out for a second, but then I realized, oh, he's just a toad. Let's make him internet famous. There he is. Say hi to the world. Hi world, how you doing? I'm Mr. Toad. Look at me. Oh, and he's chirping too. All right, it's time to let him go. Say goodbye to Mr. Toad. Hi, Mr. Toad. Have a nice life. So as you can see, oh, I can hear it. It's leaking now. I was just about to say, as you can see, it's almost all the way to the brim and it's not leaking or anything yet. But all of a sudden, I just started to hear water trickling. So now I'm going to try to figure out where the heck it's coming from. All right, so this is where it's leaking from. This whole tube has been like shoot apart and just shoot out. So I got to figure out if there's a way that I can patch up this tube here to stop it from leaking. But that appears to be the leak. I'm not seeing any other leaks anyplace else. Hopefully that's it. And then I also have this thing here, which, depending on what happens, either leaks or doesn't leak. So like right now it's like leaking water, and then it stops for a minute. I figured out where all the leaks are, so now I'm pumping the water back out so that I can make repairs on those leaks and hopefully get this hot tub up and running. And we're back. I got all the parts I need yesterday at the hardware store. We're going to start fixing this hot tub. I'm going to start with what I hope is an easy repair here. So this thing seemed like when I held it up in place like this, that however high this was, it would stop leaking. So I'm just going to zip tie this here to this post and see if that'll fix it. Alright, the only way to figure out how good a repair that's going to be is to fill the hot tub with water. So it's hard to see, but I got my JB Weld marine glue plug stuffed in there. That's drying out there. And over here, I got this little bit of hose I'll put back into place. And down here, I got my little broken electrical line fixed. So this may seem a little bit on the redundant side. I'm filling the pool, I'm emptying the pool, I'm filling the pool, I'm emptying the pool. But I want to make sure that my repairs are fixed, because once I get the sides and everything and get this pushed back in the corner where it was, I don't want to have to like empty it, pull everything out, pull the sides out, off and all that to fix anything that I might have done. So we're filling the pool back up. I've got it wired up, everything's fixed as far as I know. We're going to fill the pool up, we're going to turn everything on and see if they're still leaking.
Well, Sputnik and I are back in Phoenix now, and we got a lot done over the summer, and I'm really excited about how much progress we made, but I really didn't get much time off. So today I am treating myself to just relaxing on the couch, catching up on some of my YouTube videos, and hanging out and just relaxing. And so is Sputnik. Aww. She's very sad to be back in Phoenix. She really wishes that she was, you know, back in the wilds and the trees and chasing rabbits and turtles.
Alright, so this thing seems to be working okay. I'm not seeing any more leaks or anything. I've been running it, and I'm going to go ahead, shut it off now, unwire it from the wall, empty the pool, but then I'm going to put the sides on, push it back in the corner, and fill it back up, and tomorrow we'll have a hot tub. So this is the corner that goes on the corner here, and is the outside cover, so that makes the hot tub look all nice and stuff. But the corner of the framing has this gap here, so even though this has this nice curve to the outside, this has this gap here, and when the guys put the sides on, they left a gap down here, and they've cut these really short, which left a gap down here, and then critters could get up underneath there and then make their home in this nice, comfy, warm place. So what I've done is I've added this little bit of screen down here, and I'm gonna, when I screw this to the framing, I'm also gonna staple this to the framing as well, and that screen is gonna keep critters out. So hopefully no more critter damage. The pool's back in position, the sides are on, it's not leaking, it's running, it's pumping, it's filling up, it is heating up. I'm calling this done.
Somebody is ready to go back to Tennessee now. There she is by the door. She just wants to go back. She's now following me. Sputnik. And then watch this when I open the door. Oh, straight to the gate. Is there any other way out? Maybe. I don't know. Come on. Now I'm just teasing you. She's ready to go back. Yes, she is.
Well, this is starting to get really depressing. I want to get out here and do some yard work and stuff. It's stuff that I've been wanting to do all summer. Cut down a bunch of trees and some underbrush, open up a couple trails, and it's raining. It's been raining for like 2 days. It's supposed to rain for like another 3 days, and this really puts a clinker in my plans and depresses me. It makes me just like not want to do anything, and the sad part is there's like 1,000 other things I could be doing right now. I just gotta like get out of this funk. So when I say it's been raining here a lot, I'm not exaggerating. This is the road up to the Woodsman cabin, and right now it's a stream. Over here in this area, where there may be tent campers, is now a floodplain. This whole area down here. It is normally dry and just washed out. It is like washing out right now. Up that way is the Woodsman, and the water's coming down right in here. Standing right over there. And this is all the water coming down. We would have a serious pond here if we could plug up that culvert and move the culvert like we want to move it. We could have a serious pond here.
I'm going to work, honey. We're not going back to Tennessee this morning. Yeah, I've got to go to work.
The rain has finally stopped. The sun has come out. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to get on the tractor, and I've got some scraping jobs that I need to take care of that have been piling up for the past few weeks. So this part of the driveway here for the Hiwassee cabin always floods with water whenever it rains, and I did some scraping here earlier and scrape this out, and so the water kind of goes that way, but it still doesn't get clear out into the ditch. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to dig a little trench through here. I got a special little tool for the scraper that I'm going to try out and see if that works. I'm going to dig a little trench here and see if I can get this to drain into the ditch. So I found this weird triangular shaped blade thing. I'm just going to kind of clamp it on here and just see what happens. Hopefully it works. Well, let's give it a shot.
guess that ain't happening. We still have other stuff we can do though.
Good morning, Cabineers. Today's the day we're going to start working in the Hiwassee. So you guys are probably asking yourself, gee Brian, why do you need to work on the Hiwassee when you guys lived in it for like 2 summers, almost a year? Well, that's the reason. We lived in it for almost 2 summers, almost a year, and it needs to be touched up and cleaned up. There's a few things that need to be fixed up on it a little bit before we can rent it out. So one of the things we're going to do is we need to repaint it. They painted the ceiling and everything the same color, which kind of makes it a little dreary and beige. So we're going to change that. There's also some drywall work that needs to be done, but it's not huge. It's just some touch-up work. Plus, it just needs a good cleaning up and going over before we rent this out. The first place I'm going to start here is in the bedroom. We're going to pull a bunch of the nails out of the walls, do a little spackling, patch up some of the things, and then we're going to repaint this room in a new special color. So it doesn't look like much, but I've gotten a pretty good start in here. You can see by all the white splotches on the wall. Had quite a bit of spackling to do, but that's typical. The room got used and things got hung in it, and nicks happened. The big one is across the ceiling here, where I have to redo some of the drywall work, but it should go pretty easily. I'm just gonna have to spackle and then sand and spackle and sand and spackle, and then hopefully we'll have something worth looking at here in a few days. I guess we'll find out. All right, we're back here in the Hiwassee. The spackling is dried. Now it's time for round 1 of sanding. The thing about working by yourself is stuff just takes longer. I mean, you think you're sitting there working and doing the hardest job you can, and oh, this will only take a few minutes, but you can't, there's nobody there to, you know, hey, can you grab me that tool real quick? Or, hey, what do you think about this? Should I do something different? And you have to do every single little step. And this goes for setting up the cabins too, because I mean, it normally takes Nola and me like 2 hours maybe. We could turn both cabins in like 2 hours. Now assuming the laundry's done. But once we have the laundry finished, we can like go in, make the beds, clean both out, boom, we're done in 2 hours. It takes me half the day. It takes me like 4 hours to do it because it takes one person longer to make a bed than it does 2 people, because 2 people can just make it quicker. And it really sucks because you don't make as much progress, and not making as much progress gets you depressed. And it's like you don't even want to get out of bed in the morning and do anything because you know you're not going to accomplish anything anyway. But you have to get up, because I have to get this cabin going. I wanted to get it by September. I don't think that's going to happen. But we got some friends in the area who throw a big party in November, and I want to be able to have this cabin ready so that we can have 3 cabins for them in November, and that's the first weekend in November. So that's my real drop dead deadline on this. But it's like I said, I've got a couple weeks till September yet. I still want to try to get this thing going for September. All right, fast forward a couple of minutes here and I've got all the spackling done. It's all dried. I've got all the sanding done. I've got the room dextered out. We're ready to do some painting, but it's 5 o'clock. And tomorrow is editing day. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lay off for a while. I gotta go edit some video and I will see you again soon. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and tune in next week to find out if I go insane or not. Bye.